What do I do? What does Issjivan do? First of all, I want to say salutations, good evening, greetings to all of you guys watching the video. But if you guys don't know, my name is, Issjivan, and I'm in the Army. I'm in the Army currently, and this is just what I do. I'm in the Army, so I'm in a world of confusion. I'm in a world of dismay. I don't know how to move. I'm in a position where I don't know how to go about my next step. But also in the time of me not knowing what my next step is gonna be, I'm also trying to maintain my composure, because I'm supposed to maintain professionalism. I'm supposed to maintain my military bearings. I'm supposed to maintain positive energy. And in the time of this confusion, it's leading me to become frustrated day by day. So a lot of you guys if you guys have not been paying attention, if you guys are new to my content, if you guys are new to the channel, you would not know what's going on. But I'm supposed to be PCSing to Korea. I'm supposed to be getting ready to get up out of this duty station, going on to my next adventure. But at this point, there's so much confusion. We don't even know if it's gonna happen anymore. We don't even know. So part of the military is always being able to resist adversity, and also always being able to understand that changes is going to come, and that you have to adapt to your environment, your changes, which we already understand that. We already know that. But the problem is when there's lack of, I'm trying to figure out the best way of putting these words together. When there's lack of transparency, and there's lack of people being accountable for their actions, and people wait till the last minute to do things, you can end up in a position where things are just not getting done. And things can, in the military, when things cannot get done, it could be either big or very small, or it could be life and it could be death. And sometimes you have people in positions of power or positions of authority, you could, as you will, authority, but you have people in positions of high power who are not accountable, and also take the last minute to do things, or are just not transparent, and it can lead a soldier to be in a bad position, which, like I said, could be life and death. So, as you guys know, if you guys are in the military, as you guys know, if you PCS, if you ETS, you have to clear, you have to do all these things, you have to go see your family before you go home, you have to do all these type of things before you actually get up out of here. With me, I can't even I'm supposed to be doing that stuff, doing those type of things, getting ready to get up out of here and doing this and that, the little small things, going home to see family. But I'm in a position where I can't even do that. I can't even go home and see family. I can't even go home. I can't even start clearing. I can't even start packing my things up. I can't even return no items. And people are telling me that I'm getting ready to go. I'm this and that. So this is what I'm gonna do. This is why, like I always say, YouTube is my outlet, because sometimes I just need somebody to talk to and not judge me. Even though people on YouTube are gonna judge me, but I just need a way to get this stuff out. But in the meantime, in order for me to clear my thoughts, to get my thoughts together and do this, I come to vent. Because I know some of you guys are probably gonna be watching this content and be like, y'all going through the same situation. You got things going on in y'all lives, and y'all not the only ones going through it. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that. So I come and I vent to y'all, so to let you know that you're not alone. You're not alone in your situation and whatever you're going through. Me, what I can do in this situation is, like I said, I'm in college. So what I do is I take all my frustrations, everything that I need to do, I put it into college. So I get my work done. I try to do that because my main philosophy is control what you can control. I can't control what the big army is doing. I can't control what they're doing with my assignments. I can't control what they do with my deployments. But what I can control is my everyday, day-to-day operations, what I do as a person. So what I can control is my classes. I know I got classes that I can finish, and I also know that there's things that I can sell on the Facebook marketplace. I know there's items I can get rid of. I know I can make phone calls home to family and friends to give them a heads up and things like that. So there's things on my end that I can do. It's just controlling what you can control. You don't ever feel like you're out of control. There's things that you can control in your life, whether it's big or small. Don't ever think that you're spiraling out of control, that you cannot control what's around you, because that's how you can lead into depression. And a lot of people don't talk about the depression in the military, but it's very big. And it's because a lot of people feel like they cannot control their reality. They can't control what's going on around them, and that's not true. You can. What's going on, family? So I had to change up the location. This is like a couple of days later, but I want to speak on depression in the military while I was hinting on it in the last clip. A lot of people don't speak on depression in the military enough. I feel like it's something that people really just push under the rug, and they tell you to pretty much tighten up. But I've dealt with things, and I've seen things, and I've heard of things of people in the military, and it's not just something that we should push under the rug. You know, the military, they have their programs. The military has their thing that they have for people that are feeling low or they feel depressed. They have programs. Yes, they do. But I think one of the things that people don't, that the military misses, or the military not fines, but I feel like one of the things that the military just neglects is leadership. Understanding that what we do is not easy. You understand, like, when you're dealing with depression, when you're dealing with things like that can cause people to do things to themselves that's not good, you have those prevention programs, you have those classes, you have those things that people can reach out for. But imagine I'm deployed for a year, 9 months, away from family for the first time ever. I'm a fresh private, I'm a fresh lieutenant, whatever the case may be. And I don't have that support system. I don't have family. I don't have any type of friendship. Like, I can't speak for all branches. I know the military, in the military, we have the Army and the Marine Corps. They have one of the highest depression rates. And it's not by coincidence. It's by scrutiny. It's by how things can be. And hopefully things are getting better. I'm not sure about what's going on now with the numbers and everything, but I know the Army has been having Army in particular has been having some numbers in terms of depression rates and all those type of things on a chart. But when we look at these things, we have to understand what is the missing link. And I think the missing link is family. And it doesn't have to be your actual biological family, but the Army, they have like org day and things like that, and they do things to make people feel like a family. But how can the Army make people really feel like family? How can the Army really make people feel like they're included in the system if the system doesn't want them or treat them how they feel like they should be treated? I've met people, I've seen people, and even me, I felt like when we had org day, or we had type of certain days, and it was our job, and we all came out, we all had time, and we brought our family and stuff like that. It just didn't feel authentic. It was something about it that didn't feel real. It didn't feel like authentic. And I think, they have NCO trainings and stuff like that to train you how to be a better NCO. But I really feel like it's interpersonal development skills. Like, if you can go through all the training if you want as an NCO. You can go through all the training, all the classes, all the recommended courses in order to become an NCO. But if you don't know how to connect with people, if you don't know how to have conversation with people, if you don't know how to speak to people, if you don't know how to relate to them to make them trust you, then you'll never be able to relate to that soldier who is brand new, who's scared and alone on this deployment. You'll never be able to truly get them to open up to you, to really vent out to you and express what they're going through, because they can't trust you. And I that's what I went through on my first deployment. On my first deployment, it was the first time away from home, 9 months. It was hard. And we had an NCO. And it was just like, it was hard to really express or come across just anything. Nobody felt like they could really trust them with their most personal things, their most personal information. And when you feel like you have to hide from your own manager, you have to be able to not be 100% honest with what's going on in your life, in your world, or what's going on back at home, it could lead to a depression. It could lead to you doing things or thinking about things that you don't want to do. And that's just the sad reality. A lot of people don't know how to have interpersonal relationships or how to have trust. I feel like there are things that's getting better with certain people. Like I feel like nowadays in the Army, like you have more NCOs kind of now get to a point where they're like younger, so like they're more willing to hear you out, or more willing to be able to want to work with you. But especially when I joined, like you have NCOs that just didn't care. They just didn't care. It was just get the job done. It was just do what I tell you to do. No back talk, don't question anything, and that's just what it is. And it could lead to people feeling a certain way. When I came back from my second deployment, this is the first time I ever experienced somebody really going to the extreme. But when I came back from my second deployment, somebody I never thought would ever do something to hurt themselves, they did it. And it was a crazy experience, because that was the first time I realized it could really be anybody that could really go through some stuff and really go through whatever they're going through, or go through a plan and really just do what they're gonna do it, like really go all out with it. And that's when I realized that this is real. This is real world. This is real things. People have problems. People have certain issues that they're dealing with, and they have to be addressed. They have to be talked about. They have to be let out into the universe. You can't keep that stuff bottled in. So I just want to have I want to have this little speech, because don't ever feel like I said before in the last clip, don't ever feel like your world is crashing down to a point where you can't come back. And I know in the military, people just try to push it off to the side, or they try to come up with these courses and whatever the case may be. No, sometimes we just need to know how to communicate with people. We just need to know how to talk to people. We need to know how to be able to have a community, a real community, not no forged community because we're in the same workplace, but a real community, a real bond. How can the Army units really build cohesive teams? You know, that's the question that the Army has to be asking themselves. How can each unit better perfect the community in order to get a better workplace, a better chain of command? How can we always improve? How can the Army always improve? That's the question that the Army needs to be asking themselves. But I have also great news, because this is like a random video, but I got great news. Not really great news, but I got an update. So I was finally able to turn in my CIF gear after 2 weeks of trying to turn this in, and whatever the case may be. I found every item pretty much, turned them all in. It was about $2,000 worth of equipment, all out of my hands now. So now I'm just waiting for my orders, or whatever the case may be. And I'm trying to wait for my leave, but there's still no update with anything besides my leave, anything like that. So we're just playing the waiting game. But I'm very grateful to finally get all that equipment out of my hands, because if anybody knows, man, when you hold military gear and you lose it or you can't find it, it's like you sweating bricks, like you sweating crazy. You gotta find all these items, and I found them, and they're out of my hands now. So that's the good news. Only problem is I couldn't get my stamp, because again, I don't have my orders yet to clear out of Fort Carson. So that's the only thing that's going on. And into that, you know what I'm saying, whether I go to Korea or not as a PCS, I'm just finding the beauty in all of it, because I'm at a place in my life where I'm not really stressing. I'm very happy. I'm very blessed. I'm just taking everything that comes with it. Like I'm just enjoying my days, enjoying my time. Like I realize, like, I can't force anything. I can't rush anything. I can't force anything. It's gonna all come how it comes, whether it be last minute, how the Army always does, or it's gonna come when it's supposed to. I'm at a very good place in my life, and I think that's what I'm harping on, because that's one of the things I didn't really know how to do last year. I wasn't really I was always forcing things. I was trying to force certain things, certain clicks, and it just wasn't working. So now it's just like, now I'm at a place where I'm not forcing it. I'm just doing the best that I can with what I can control, like I said before, and I'm going about it straight ahead. It's all anybody can do. But I want to say thank you guys for tuning in, showing up, supporting. I'm gonna wrap this video up because I'm trying to do a double upload this week for sure. So I'm gonna wrap this video up, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. If you guys tune in, make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like on the video and share with everybody who you think will enjoy these videos. And until next time, your boy Issjivan is out. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video if y'all choose to support.